And public affairs analyst Femi Lawson joins us on the news at 1 for his perspective on this. Many thanks to you, Femi Lawson, for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Let's get your reaction to this news. Everyone got the news yesterday. Of course, some people are just getting to know about the ban on motorcycles and tricycles in some local governments in the state. What's your reaction to that?
Well, it has been received with a lot of mixed reactions since this news came out yesterday. But I think personally, it's no longer news to me. In this state, I've witnessed at least 3 administrations making similar proclamations like this administration made yesterday. And I think this is another opportunity for us as citizens of Lagos State to actually, examine the seriousness of our government with all sense of respect. You see, under the administration of Governor Batule Raji, there's a prescription on operation of motorcycles in this state. The former governor also did same, restricted motorcycle operation in some part of this state, and now Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration have done same. And I think this is beginning to tell us
is it
how
that
much
doing
more.
Same? Sorry to interrupt you. Isn't it they're doing same or just enforcing the law that has been in place since 2012?
The enforcement is where I'm coming to. How serious government even enforces its own law is one fundamental problem we have as a people.
But do you have a problem with the ban?
I have no problem with the ban. If you look at the issue of banning motorcycle in Lagos State critically, it is not just beyond getting some people out of work or trying to get some people away from site. This fundamentally is an issue of safety and security. If you live in this town, the operation of these motorcyclists have raised serious security concerns in a lot of places. I've raised series of safety concerns. You know what it means to lose about 200 of your citizens annually because of the recklessness of motorcycles. These are fundamental issues. But the truth is that in the next couple of days, I wish we would note this. This enforcement, this decision of the Lagos State government to enforce what we say have been on ground over the past few administrations may become another opportunity to turn some people to extortionists and motorcycle hunters. If we are not careful, rather than ensuring that this decision works, some people may turn into another opportunity for extortion, and that's why government must, for once and for all, be serious about this.
Enforcement. I have to interrupt you because a lot of people are already analyzing what this will cause in terms of job loss. Some say between 20,000 to 40,000 jobs will be lost. Others also say it might also lead. You are talking about the fact that it's a security threat. Others say this is even more of a security threat because people are out of jobs. What are the alternatives do you think that government should be looking at in terms of provision of transportation, alternative transportation, as well as jobs for those who will be losing their means of livelihood? Well,
firstly, let me start from the provision of ensuring that the transportation system and the people are not affected. Fundamentally, what has even necessitated the idea of having motorcycles plying major highways, plying our express, plying bridges in Lagos State was the very deplorable state of many of our roads, and the lack of properly planned public transportation system. It is only in this part of the world that you even find corporate investors going overseas to bring motorcycles as a means of job creation. It is not done anywhere in the world. And if you are talking about creating jobs for our people, I don't think motorcycle operation be one of those jobs we should be proud of as a people, as a means of creating. I know that, of course, there will be job loss, just like you have rightly said, but I think government and even the private sector can look at other viable means of getting the people engaged without necessarily turning them to motorcycle operators, but to ease the inconvenience that this may result into, especially in places like Apapa. Government must also play its own part. A lot of people resort to the use of motorcycle in Apapa today because even the roads are not accessible by other means of transportation. You cannot drive today, on Apapa Oshodi Expressway to some point because of the excesses of tankers. So the government must also play its own part in ensuring that people can move freely without hindrances.
I'm interrupting you because we do have to go. Public affairs analyst Femi Lawson, many thanks for your time.
My pleasure.